Hey, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to hire your first employee. Let's go. All right, so if you're in this video, you're probably in your business where you are considering bringing somebody on a team. Maybe you've been using Upwork or Fiverr for all random gigs, and now you're actually considering hiring that first employee, whether they're going to be an employee or maybe just a full-time contractor, and you're wondering, what is the best approach? What position do I hire them for? It's really, really hard to decide, and I'm gonna share with you what I have found incredibly helpful when you start out. Whether it's the first employee or first three, I think the same advice I'm about to give you will be very, very helpful. So let's get started. All right, so often the question is, how do I know I'm ready to hire the first employee? First of all, two things need to happen. Number one, you have to have the money. So if your business is not where it needs to be, you can't pay that full-time employee or full-time contractor, whichever way you decide to hire, you have to have money to pay them, right? So that's number one. If you don't have that, you need to keep hustling, keep working till you are in a position till you can hire somebody either part-time or full-time and start paying them. Number two is you completely have exhausted all of your resources, meaning you always feel like you're working, you always feel like you're behind, you tried all the freelancer websites, you spend so much time managing all these random contractors. It's time to pick one person. It's time to hire one person, either part-time, full-time, it doesn't matter, but you gotta commit to that one person. Here's how I hire. Usually, what did I tell you? Hire the expert, right? If you need a copywriter, you hire a copywriter. If you need a video editor, you hire the video editor. It's a good advice. I like that advice. But when you start out, this is what I have learned over the last 15 years, what's so important. I hire a Swiss Army knife.
What do you mean, Raitis, by that? Swiss Army knife?
Swiss Army knife, right? Why do we have Swiss Army knife? It can do so many different things. That's how I hire my first employee, because that person needs to be able to help me with many different things. They need to have that entrepreneur spirit where they will do whatever it takes to move the ball forward. So if I need that person to come in and get the studio ready for filming, they will do that for me. If I need them to spend some time and organize my social media posts, they'll do that for me. They kind of know how to do a lot of things, but they're not really yet maybe expert on one thing. Or maybe they're really good at one thing and they kind of like okay with other things. I'm okay with that. When I start out, I just need some help. I need to be able to delegate a lot of different things that I can teach them how to do it and they're able to do it. So that's what I would suggest that you do. You hire somebody who can do many different things. And as you grow with your business, as you get bigger, you make more money, you already hire more people, that's when I get more specific. Now we have probably like a 14 people team, right? The person behind the video camera, Brian, he is videographer and editor. That's all he does. If I ask him to do something else, he'll probably help me out, but that's his main thing right now. So that's what I do with lots of other people now on my team. They start out maybe kind of pretty broad, and then we kind of hone in on their expertise and we decide what role do you want to take within this company, what you're good at, and then they go that route. And then we also now hire very specific roles. Like just this morning, I hired somebody for project coordinator, required specific skills, and that's all that person gonna be doing is being a project coordinator, right? So I know it's a big decision, and I truly hope that this video is helpful. When you interview people, please listen to them. Listen how they talk, listen how they approach things, because you want to hire somebody who is gonna say, yes, I can help you with that. Yes, I'm willing to do that. Not somebody who's gonna one day turn up, and actually that's a true story. I had somebody that worked for me and I asked this person to do something and they literally turned to me and said like,
well, I would love to look at the job description because I don't think that's in my job description.
And I was like, okay. And now I be sure, like, no matter which job posting I put, I always say, you have to be willing to wear multiple hats. Even if that's gonna be like the video editor, I still want them to be willing to wear multiple hats because we are a small, nimble company, and I want people to have that kind of attitude. All right, so I know we covered a lot, and I know that if you find that key player in your team, your business is gonna accelerate so much faster compared to if you did it alone or try to find random support or random freelancers on different platforms. Once you hire that right person who is willing to step up, who's willing to help you with many different tasks, you're gonna free up your time to focus on the things that only you can do, and your business is gonna grow much, much faster. And again, this advice are for entrepreneurs who are building their businesses with their own money. I'm not talking about some startup who got just $10 million from VCs, venture capitalists, where you can hire different people, pay them top dollar. I'm talking about those who are starting out, putting their own hard-earned money to build their businesses. When you build a business with your own money, without raising any money, you have to be creative, you have to be savvy, and I think the strategy I shared with you will definitely help you. So if you have any questions or comments, please drop those below, and I'll personally come read them and give you advice. If I can help you in any way, I will. If you enjoyed this video, all I ask is that you hit that like button and subscribe so that you get notifications when we release new videos on how to start and scale your business, and so that YouTube knows these videos are good and they show these videos to other entrepreneurs. Thank you so much.